Hi, I'm Bryon Mogul. This is Dinner in a Solo, and the first one I've kind of gotten off the ground recently. Been just popping in and out, but I have things a bit more in order now mentally. I lost my cat, and I had some operations and stuff like that. I actually should be very, very glad everything worked out for the better, except the cat. But yeah, I'm. Pretty much ready to take on the world now. So tonight, I'm going to go down to Band Oasis and pick up my equipment, and we're heading to Tucson for tomorrow's show at the House of Bards. House of Bards is kind of a big place. They got an outdoor stage that's kind of really big, and then they have a great sound system. And then they have an indoor stage, which is still pretty really big. It's like about the size of the Blues. And then they even have a third stage over near the bar, which I guess you could say is like more like a karaoke dance floor or something there, but they don't do karaoke there. It's a restaurant. They're classified as fine dining, actually, even though it's not like entree restaurant, right? It's probably fine dining in terms of their particular food that they have. But anyway, I've eaten there, and for the vegetarian option, it was great. And then I saw Dead West there. I saw a couple bands there, and Blackwater Lake, and it was I think Vinny Sky's birthday down there, and I made a trip down there to see him and see the another friend of mine who was playing down there, making Ramp from Critical Miss. In any case, that was a couple months ago, and Tucson's become a big thing for me because not because there's gigs there. I mean, I got these gigs as a result of a gig there. I went down and played at Desert Fest, and any band that played that show is enjoying and reaping the satisfaction of the fans there and beyond. I mean, it started a buzz where people are talking about the bands. Maybe not every band, but most of them. And most of the bands, I can tell you that all the Tucson bands, they got advantages. They've all been writing me since I got my dates at the Blues, and sounds okay. Okay, thanks. Jennifer. When I got my dates at the Blues, I got about like 5 this year, right? So I promised the ones that were very helpful to Phoenicians who came down there. People like Curfew that they babysat the event for me when I was late one time. Actually, the first time I ever played there, second time I ever played there. And you know, they also stand in front of the bands playing with them on the bill. You know, throughout the night. They don't disappear. They cheer on. Laura's crazy. She's just dancing, and I have no idea how she has that kind of energy. But she's a great singer. So Curfew and Flying Half Full has been friends with me for many years, back pre-COVID for sure, and we did many shows together at Time Out Lounge, and we never really got. They're a different kind of rock. I don't know if there's any genre I put it to. It's kind of metal. I've seen them do stuff that's as metal as what I do, and I've seen them do things. It's sort of like danceable metal, though, but not just like chick dancing, as like guys would dance too. You know, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. You'll have an opportunity though, because they're on the multi-diversity July 1st or July 12th. Thank You Tucson show, which I'll tell you all about, with Curfew and my band and some others. I think it's July 12th, maybe July 14th. No, maybe it's August. It's August 14th. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's too far ahead. Anyway, I'm excited because I got to stop and get my gear, and then we're going to head down. I got some interviews that I'm going to do. I got one with a couple blogs or vlogs tomorrow, and one I'll be talking to the Tucson Weekly tonight. And anyway, there's plenty to do out there in across the fruited plain. You have Empire Desire and Addicted, and who else? Empire Desire, Addicted at the 44. It's the Face Dash Melter Showcase. It's not mine. Don't expect to see me there. A lot of people asked me if I was gonna. One person told me to bring the money I owe them there, and I was like, well, "That's not my show." And but anyway, it's up at the 44, and there's Soulfly at the Marquee. There's Penny Freeman's got something over at the Blues tonight. It's a grunge era tribute. I think it's a bunch of musicians that come and do their grunge. If you like that, that's where you go. I know Zach O'Meara's associated with that performance, and he's got a great voice. He's a great guitar player too. But yeah, that's his area of expertise. And I think that Penny just she's by herself. There's no Travis tonight. He's down in Tucson. I might run into him later. And then who else is going on? Tomorrow, Saturday, you have Show Me God and Red Rum, the Scott Rhodes band, Scott Rowe and Red Rum. Well, Show Me God. Then I Don't Conform, good buddies of mine. One of my favorite absolutely normal band, right? They don't try to be any kind of band. They just go out and play what they like. They don't label it. People label it everything from res metal to hard rock to metal. You call it whatever you freaking want, but they just play nice. And Kyle is a badass guitar player who I've seen him tote it off a stage playing a solo because he refused to give it up. And that is the spirit of what drives me is if you guys haven't figured out yet that overplaying is a payback for being forced to underplay, then you should probably go back and see what the new psychology books say. Because I know it. I just won't do anything about it. So that's all relevant to the Face Melter Jam coming up the 21st. Tomorrow, I'll be playing with a lot of good bands, Held Out, Lamb Bed, I know Keely Wolf's there with a troupe of comedians, and I'll be playing between bands tomorrow. And then I have a set at 10 o'clock, which I'm going to have my extra top classified classical, semi-neoclassical tunes. So anyway, I'm going to do a little of that tonight. Let's start with this and see where it goes from there. I have the original Conan the Barbarian soundtrack. Now, most of these tracks are new. You're going to hear something different if you're listening close. It'll take me a minute or two to get caught up with the volume adjustment, but because some of these tracks, I've been using the same tracks for years, and then I had some done. And I said, well, rather than leak them out one at a time, I did leak a few out, but I wanted to come out with like 7 in a row, and 2 of these are new songs, and 5 are older songs that were retracked since my skill improved since the original recordings. So here you go, and also when I get back, my next show is. Welcome, Gordon Circle. Happy birthday, brother. Is Gordon Circle's birthday party at the 44. And we've been given a right to celebrate his party. The guy's a big fan of the 44. He's been there like all the time. He was the first guy ever to play there, actually, in the rock crowd. And that's because he did the opening set for Empire Desire when they christened it with their magnificence, telling us all that it was a great place to play, which it was and is. So go see them tonight and go see Gordon on the 14th, and I'll be there, and I'll be playing with my band. And we're running a Nosferatu movie. I'm going to run a movie of the Edmund Fitzgerald while Gordon sings it over my band. My band does a kind of doom metal. It's very slow. Gordon, you're not going to notice the difference so much. It's the same beat, same key, same changes. And in fact, Dan can't go without completely symphonizing the riffs. He's already a beast on top of that bass line, which is a very flowing, turbulent bass line. You'd be surprised what Gordon Lightfoot was up to when he was doing this. Also, you'd be surprised what Gordon Circle's up to when he's been doing this. It'll be a fun show, and thank you, Nancy. Nancy at the 44, and thank you, Pity the Foo, the tribute to Foo Fighters, one of the best ones in Arizona, I understand. Thank you guys for letting us have the last couple of slots. Oddity Paradox will be following them. They play at 8:15, Oddity at 10:15, and we probably don't get on until 11:45. But at the birthday party, I'm happy to. I'd play for Gordon just by himself, and so would my band. So we're hoping to get a lot of people there. But if you want to see Nosferatu and hear an updated track, you see, well, most of you guys remember everything I've done when I first came out, you know what I mean? And my skills have gotten better, and my band now is really good, so, we've modified the tracks. Anyway, it's something to see. There's always something new. You'll never say, oh, this again at my show, and if you do, I'll rub you out. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. We're going to try this. and it looks like I should just be able to push play, see what happens. If I get phone calls while I'm running tracks, it will interrupt everything because they're phones. That's the thing. There's nothing I can do about it. If I go on airplane mode, I can't play the tracks because they're Bluetoothed to the device. So sorry, Jim. You'll have to drive out if you want to talk to me because I'm heading out. And actually, you should call him, Jen. He might be trying to tell you you're leaving because it's raining. It's gonna rain. Anyway, well, that was the Mummy, but I'll never find out where it was. So I'll just start it with wherever it is now. Let's see. So please don't. I can't say how important, how many shows I've lost over phone calls. Nobody knows. How are you supposed to tell someone they'll call you 7 to 8 Monday, Wednesday, and 4 to 8 on Friday? No, that's all I understand. Nope, it's back in the beginning. You don't want to hear that either. So yeah, this is completely throws everything off. One thing like that. There's nothing you can do about it. This is beautiful. This song. Should hear my Eleanor Rigby. Anyway, moving on with this. I don't know what's coming up because I got bumped out of it. This is a werewolf. This is a new track, brand new. With you. I've not played this track yet. These are the B sides, usually the heavier ones. That one you kept me using one beat off. It's actually a really rough song, but I was really sweating like 9 times. I can't get over it either without switching the part. And then instead of it, hopefully the video can play it. And that's picking up every day. I'll have it down in another week, I think. That's real hard. It's a hybrid scale of Phrygian and pentatonic. I'm hoping to switch off with Jacob Murphy. Dead Hey, thank you guys for hanging with me. That was a great workout for me, and especially in this outfit. This is it's summer weather here, and this is my Prussian colonial when the Prussian colonial winter outfit, which means that this vest actually will prevent the infiltration of musket balls, shrapnel from some small bombs, and wooden stakes. It's wooden stake resistant, not wooden stake proof. And the same with the watch, right? When you put it under the water, of course, you hold it down there. It's not really waterproof. It's water resistant. It doesn't run in. But yeah, so this actually wards off most of attempts on people who believe that I'm over 200 years old. Actually, can be traced to a town in Maine. If you buy that kind of thing. Anyway, thank you guys. We have Johnny. How are you, brother? Our day is coming. In with the advent of the song "Black Hole Sun" by Audio Slave, I think it was, or whoever that band was that was Audio Slave with a different drummer. That since then, there's been a war to keep metal down under the rug. I'm hearing less. For 10 years, we were robbed of guitar. Bands like Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains, stuff like this, they had amps that made our amps sound like crap. They were the best sounding, coolest, grungy, ratty things, and none of them did any solos with them. Just chords, and usually this kind of chord. And Dinner and Solo and the Face Melter Jam, too, by the way, is a slap back in the face. It's a recoil from all the bands all the times that we haven't had guitar and music. Now, if you go back far enough and you look at what's different between rock music and everything else that came out in 1954, you'll find out it was the electric guitar. It wasn't even the stand-up bass. They kept the electric guitar when the stand-up bass stayed in the band. Eventually, they got rid of everybody except the drummer. So you guys ought to be counting your lucky stars, because you're already a Yamaha away from another drummer, in a lot of people's opinion. But I'm excluding the really good ones, right? There's the electronic drums take that over. Well, not really. Electric bass didn't take over for the stand-up bass. I mean, the stand-up bass evolved from the bowing bass, where you bow it, viola or a bass violin. And then they plucked it. So somebody thought it was rad to pluck an orchestra instrument, probably because they had them in the same auditorium that they'd put their little rock hops on. And anyway, that's what happened. But the buck stopped there. 10 years of that kind of crap, not even hearing a solo, and then it took something like Black Crowes, of all things, with Jimmy Page to get it going again. But, hey, there's somebody who knows how to play that instrument. Must be something, huh? Come to the Face Melter Jam on April 21st. And Johnny's one of the people there. There are no contestants. This is not a contest. I know some people really like a contest, but some people really just want to go and play you their favorite stuff. Get a chance to, because when you're in a band, you're one of four votes, right? Whether you do this song, which you might have grown up and learned guitar because you want to play this friggin' song right. Like with me with Sales of Quran, which I did a little while ago, or part of. And then you find out your band doesn't want to or can't learn it. And then what would you do? You would go to the Face Melter Jam. If you could play a lead like that, you can get right into the jam. But what it is, it's not really a jam of people together. If I can get you to hang out, Johnny, till after Torso, we'll go up and we'll fucking shred together for a fucking jam with whoever wants to sit on bass and drums. But generally speaking, it's a walk-up jam at the end of the night, about 12:30 at night. However, or probably close, probably 12:30 would be the latest it would go on. Probably more like 12. In any case, the Face Melter Jam is actually the name of the event itself. It was so named by me after Joy, I forgot her last name, from indie recording studio and also a real estate agent, really sweetheart, said I melted her face. And that's where I came up with it. Now, face melter has been a term forever. And I am the progenitor of the original word face melter without the hyphen. Face melter did not appear, nor does it appear in the dictionary. Face melter is hyphenated or two separate words. So I own the Face Melter Jam as a trademark. And I'm only flexing my muscles because I don't want you to drive anywhere and expect one thing and get another. And I'm not going to mention anything right now. But what I want to say about that jam is that from about 5:30 on the 21st, that's a Friday. So right after work, don't even go home. Just plan to get loaded and jump in your car and head over to the booth. And starting with Doc Tarantino, Anthony Tarantino from Red Rum, there will be an exhibition of anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes in length by 12 different guitar players. And every 3 or 4, we give you a break with a band. Now, some of these guitar players have whole bands. So really, the way I counted it, there are 8 bands that night, all doing 20-minute sets except Torso and the X's. The X's are playing early, like around 8:25. And we run pretty close on time on these things. It's been 8 years, and well, the first one was really late. Every other one since then has been within 15 minutes. Last year, somebody, I think George sacrificed a song, and I sacrificed a song so we get it back on time. But generally speaking, they run on time. They run close. And I could tell you some of the names besides Johnny Frankenshred that are going to be there. Jeremy Dasher of Empire of Desire, Terry Babbitts from Lord Terry Babbitts, and Tess Human, and Jane Frost from Orchids Burn Black, and Demi Darkoff from the Vista Belly Downs, George G. Harlan of Tyrant 23, now we're talking, and Bryon Mogul without his band Alien, side by side with Jacob Murphy of Verathis. Now, what do we have in common? This big, loud, growling band and this refined kind of blues guy. Well, you'll be surprised. Actually, we have everything in common, everything, including who we like as guitarists, and we like each other's music incredibly a lot. And then, who did I leave anyone out? I'm sure I did. Johnny Frankenshred, you're coming in with your loyal subjects, I think, right? And I did leave somebody else. Conrad Varela, the very spokesperson, every year, because Conrad is the only one who has done all 8 of these annual ones. And he's on another page from most of us. But it's like a race. You know what I mean? Like it's like a long cross country race where cars get ahead of other cars in terms of the skill and proficiency. And then somebody comes along with a new bag of tricks and just buries it all. And I'm looking for that this year. Zip Wiggins. That's the guy who did it for me last year. He just there's other great players that aren't on this jam that I think should be, but they don't feel they feel like it would be kind of competitive to do that anyway. So, and maybe it is, because in order to be this kind of guitar player, you got to be over the top anyway. You got to overplay, like Johnny says, get paid by the note and play past your time. Join us on Friday, April 21st. You're going to find a night. Just to give you a break from the over-the-top guitarist, we put in bands every 4 guitarists. It's kind of it's a great thing. It's, people love it. They talk about it. It was written up in every local paper we have, and it's I'm honored to have the level of proficiency of the players I have. Really, it just is crazy. And I want to thank Mark Rucci there for telling me everything he spied out about people talking about me at the Tune It Chess show. And apparently, some people think that I'm like really good. I know how well I play or how badly I play, and there are people that are way better than me. But I think what my strength is packaging it in ways that people can take it. I mean, we all can play these incredibly sophisticated numbers of hand-eye coordinated, brain-mediated acrobatics, Olympic acrobatics, really, in some cases, but can we package them and give them to somebody where they want to hear them and it's in a song and they even want to come back and hear them or sing them all day to themselves? That's how you sell yourself. And anyway, so I am now going to Band Oasis to pick up the rest of my gear and head down. I'll be playing on the second biggest stage, on the side stage, the one as you walk in the door, House of Bards. I can be sure I'll be live streaming, and if there's 5G there, I'll probably live stream everybody. I have to interview. I have 3 interviews, and not coincidentally, they just know I'm going to be down there that day. And one probably wants. Well, I know what they want. It's not all about my playing, and that's fine because there's other things besides playing. If you play, you know you're good. If you play in front of people, they know you're good. And if you play in front of enough of them, everybody knows you're good before they see you. And it's just this rule of thumb I've always had. But anyway, thank you for joining me on Dinner and Solo. I will be back. I wanted to plug the Tucson Metal Society as well down there. Now, these guys don't see Tucson or Phoenix or anything. They love every kind of, but they realize that metal is a precious resource and we need to preserve it. We have a lot of kids picking it up, so that's good. Parents must be dicks again, because that's why I was a metalhead. I was like, I hated my freaking parents, all of them, the whole family. I just grew my hair long. Got pulled over by cops and searched, even if I was sober, just because I'd have a amp head in the back seat with grounds. I think it was even constitutional grounds to search your car back then. Well, wow, that's the cat. It sounded like Hellraiser. Our cat, the surviving cat, Marrakesh. Listen. It's crazy, man. He tries to imitate human phonemes. So come on by. If you have some money, put it in the jar for to reimburse me, because I'm paying the bands and the soloists, or at least offer them money. And then you're going to want to see the X's, you're going to want to see Torso, because they're both saving it up for Friday night. It is a Friday, so you'll have to come right after work, no time to shower. 5 o'clock, you want to catch Doc. And the reason you want to be there is going to be great free food and chances to win prizes and stuff by coming early. Chances, you can come that early. You're not paying any admission at all. You watch the whole thing for free. But you got to get there to do it. Thank you. Thank you in advance for supporting the show and the probably like 15 bands that have sacrificed a guitar player that night to let us have this kind of a show. Tonight, you're going to want to go to either Penny Freeman's Blues thing, at the Blues, with Zach O'Meara and et al. With Remembering Grunge. And then, if not, you're going to want to go to Empire Desire up in at the 44. And then tomorrow, you're going to want to go to the Blues for Scott Rose show with Show Me God, or is it Show Me God with Scott Rose? Scott Rose show with Show Me God, I'm sure. And then I Don't Conform, my buddies are there. And third time I couldn't see them, we played locally, and it's going to wear thin, that excuse. However, they're on a show with me on July 1st, the night of Crystal Skulls. I'll tell you all about that legend, and somebody I know personally who was killed by a crystal skull. And I'm not kidding, and I'll tell you, it's more believable than you think. I even got a reason. All right, you guys, burn one for me. I'll see you guys in Tucson. Here I come.